G'day, mates. Settle in, because today I'm taking you on the most bonkers trip across the Aussie Outback, starring the one and only Kenny the Kangaroo. Now, Kenny wasn't your average kangaroo. He was a full-blown menace to monotony. Living smack dab in the middle of the red, dusty heart of Australia under a sky so blue it looked straight up photoshopped. Kenny spent his days keeping things interesting. But one sweltering Tuesday, things got, well, a whole lot more interesting. Kenny was hopping around near Alice Springs when, whoops, he munched on a backpacker's special brownies left behind at a campsite. Yep, those kind of brownies. Almost instantly, the world started to change. Trees around him began to salsa dance. Clouds, they turned into fluffy, grinning emus. Kenny blinked and muttered, "Blimey, am I a marsupial or a cloud with legs?" With a mighty hop, 10 feet into the air, Kenny's Outback odyssey began. He was convinced in that moment that he had to find the legendary secret billabong of eternal beats. So off he bounced, red dust flying, tripping over dozing echidnas, and giggling at lizards doing the worm. Suddenly, Kenny stumbled into what looked like a massive, glowing wombat rave. In reality, just a herd of sheep chilling under a UV tarp. But in Kenny's mind, that beat dropped harder than a didgeridoo solo at a bush doof. He started throwing shapes, tail spinning like a rave glow stick. The sheep watched him, wide-eyed. One nodded. To Kenny, that was all the encouragement he needed. He declared himself DJ Marsupial Madness, leader of the flock. After dazzling his woolly audience, Kenny bounced further on where he ran into a crew of dingoes lazing under a ghost gum tree. Normally, this might spell trouble, but Kenny was still deep in his groove. He sauntered up, offered everyone imaginary sunglasses and snags, which were actually just twigs. The dingoes, confused but kind of vibing, joined Kenny in howling at the moon. Never mind, it was only 3 in the afternoon. They crowned him the high-hop king of the desert, then promptly forgot why they were there in the first place. As the sun started to dip, Kenny felt his energy wane then. Suddenly, he spotted a vision, a koala floating on a fluffy eucalyptus cloud. "G'day, Kenny," the koala said, sounding like a mix of Barry White and Steve Irwin. "You've danced with dingoes, slapped bass lines with sheep. Now, mate, it's time for a servo meat pie and a nap." Kenny nodded, feeling the wisdom in those words. When he finally woke up, the Outback was still as ever. Kenny found himself inside an abandoned caravan, head pounding. Around him, rave goggles, a dingo's paw print, and a note. "Thanks for the set last night. Signed, The Sheep." He squinted at the morning sun, scratched his fuzzy head and muttered, "Next time I'm sticking to eucalyptus tea." And that, my friends, is the legend of Kenny the Kangaroo's Outback Odyssey. Remember, always expect the unexpected in the Aussie bush.